We are looking at Daniel's butterfly above the water. Commentary by Coach Chris. First run we're going to take is going to be full speed. We're doing a much better job, and although I will preface this with I usually see this good stroke in the videos, and we see it a lot in his races. But we're going to talk about how his stroke breaks down as well, because it's not breaking down here, and it looks really, really good. But some of his old habits creep back in. One of the things we've been working on, and you can see him doing it really well here, is timing the breath, timing the kick. That's something that we're really focusing on this season. So as we can see, we'll slow this down to about quarter speed. He's doing a really, really good job getting that head up early. Wait for a breath here. Sure. Head up early, and then getting that head down as he recovers, getting his head out of the way. So excellent job. It's one of the things we do. A lot of our drills are oriented towards single arm drill is one we do all the time to help give them a chance to time that breath, and that's critical. All levels, the butterfly, the timing of the breath, and the timing of the kick are what break down when the butterfly breaks down. So here Daniel's pretty fresh, and he's doing really well, and his timing's pretty good. So again, we're going to have the early up. See, early up, take the breath, early down. That's exactly what we've been working on. That's what we're looking for. But when he breaks down, when his stroke breaks down, that head is going to get up a little later and get down a little later. And that's kind of what we're working on getting better at, just keeping that rhythm, that timing together. Now, the other thing we're talking about in all our strokes, you can kind of see it on this angle as we go back, he's overreaching the butterfly a little bit. And if you look at his arms, we talk about being a skinny Y as we enter. Okay, that means we want our hands to enter the water right outside the shoulders. And right now, he's actually reaching within the shoulders. So you're going to see this, what I would call more an A position, as his hands come together. They come together kind of in front of his body, in front of his head. And the reason we don't want to reach within those shoulders is because we don't want to stir up the water we're about to pass through. We want to keep that water nice and clean so that when our body and head passes through it, it's not going to drag us and drag us down. And right now, with his hands entering inside the shoulders, he's stirring up all that water he's about to pass through. And especially you can see with the splash. I mean, that's how much he's stirring up the water, as he's bringing his hands in with good power. So, we don't want to have that hands come in too tight, too close to the body. We don't want to be overextended. So I always try to tell the kids you want to be in a very skinny Y position, not in this A position where the hands are almost touching. And you can see as they go in, the hands just a little bit too far on the recovery. They're just getting a little bit too far out front. And they're just stirring up that water that he's about to try to pass through. And that means more drag, which means more work, which means it's harder to go faster. Stand pretty low on the turn, and he's getting that hand in nice and tight. I like what I see with the turn above water. Nice glide. Not working the dolphin kick too much, but he's being videotaped, so he's not trying to. I'm seeing a lot of good signs from that dolphin kick. We've been working at a lot, so that's one of the areas we're definitely focused on improving. Kick timing's getting better, but we'll talk about that underwater. I mean, really, that's the biggest thing I see. His breath timing's good, but it does break down in practice, and it does break down in races. So we just got to keep working that, keep working that, keep working that. Get the timing so that it's second nature, so that even when we're tired, even when we're breaking down, we're still breathing in the right spots. Head up before the hands pull, head down before the hands recover. That's kind of what we're aiming for. And he's doing a great job on this video of doing that. The other thing is to focus on just that hands coming in too narrow, coming into that A shape. We need to be in that skinny Y as our hands enter the water. Above water, seeing a lot of good stuff. Let's take a look underwater and see how that pull and that kick timing is.